Hi there, thanks for joining me for another tutorial in Melinda's Rubber Room. I'm Melinda Pierce and I'm Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today to show you how to make this fun flap fold card. Try to say that 3 times fast. Anyway, this was my original design, and then I did this as a Zoom class, and this was my other design that I came up with. And this uses the Fancy Floral 6x6 paper in the new mini catalog from Stampin' Up. So I'm going to do a similar card with this paper, another paper that's in that same pack. So I'll point you right down to my work surface and get right to it. So again, this was a card that I did during my Zoom session on Wednesday. I have those sessions every Wednesday, or I try to, from 10 a.m. to noon Pacific time. And I give you all of the instructions ahead of time as far as the pieces of cardstock that you need so that you can do the card with me. So you can use whatever supplies that you have on hand, and I'll walk you through it step by step. So we're going to start with a base card front that measures 5.5. So it's 5.5 this way by 7 1/4, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So it's facing this way, it's scored at 4 1/4. Okay, so we are going to start with a piece of Designer Series paper. Again, this is from the Fancy Floral Designer Series paper from the mini catalog, and I'm going to put it facing that way. So one thing I want to make sure to tell you is not to decorate the inside of the card until you have attached your folding mechanism, because that is going to be tucked underneath our Designer Series paper on the inside of our card here. So I'm going to do that now. So we have a piece of 1 1/4 by 4 inches. So 4 inches by 1 1/4, and it's scored at a 1 inch mark right here. So just pick either end and score it at 1 inches. And that's the mechanism that's going to open and close. You're going to attach adhesive right here on this little tab. And you're going to center that on the inside of your card with the fold line right along the edge of your card. So it's just going to go like that. And then we can go ahead and decorate the inside of our card. So I have a piece of white cardstock that measures 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, which was the same measurement as the outside Designer Series paper. And then we have a piece of Designer Series paper that measures 1 1/4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to go right here on the inside, just repeating the paper pattern that's on the outside of the card. You'll notice on my original design, I did have a different type of Designer Series paper on my card. I'll show you that in a minute. So you can really do it any way that you want. So on this card, I brought in that gorgeous gold paper just to show some of that design on that card. Okay. And then we have 2 square pieces of cardstock, and that measures 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And we're just going to attach that to this flap. We're going to sandwich the flap right in between those 2 squares. And that is going to go on the top like so. So what I suggest doing is laying your square down where you want it to be on your front of the card. So you could either put it down towards the bottom or up towards the top. I'm just going to keep mine in the center, but I'm going to make sure that there's enough room over here and a little bit over here so you can kind of see that Designer Series paper point coming through. If you put it too close over there, you're going to have this break in between your Designer Series paper. So it's really up to you how you want the front of your card to look. But I am just going to put adhesive here. That'll make sure that nothing is going to stick on this part of my tab. that will be clear of any double-sided tape, so it won't stick, keep my card shut. Okay, so that's going to open like that. And then I'm going to put some adhesive right on top of that square that we just placed down, and put the other square right on top. So that way that mechanism is hidden between those two tabs, or between this tab here. And then I have another piece of designer series paper from that same paper stack. And I'm just going to put it, I guess I'll, just like so. And then this time I'm actually going to use the flowers from the Petal Park cardstock or stamp set. So this comes with coordinating punch, so I wanted to show how to use that. And I'm just going to bring in my Daffodil Delight, because that coordinates with my designer series paper. And I have a piece of scratch paper, some leftover white cardstock here. So I'm going to start off by stamping the bolder of the two floral images first. So you can see the stamp set comes with this bolder image and then the outline image. So it is a two-step stamp. So you stamp the bold one first and then the outline one. You could do it either way, but I kind of like being able to see the bolder image. And you're going to stamp that off on your scratch paper and then stamp it on your cardstock. And that gives you a lighter yellow or Daffodil Delight color. And then we're going to go in with full strength with the outline image right on top of that, hopefully. Trying not to get my head in the way, so it's a little harder to match up, but that looks about right. Just like so. Now I'm going to bring in the punch that's made to coordinate with it. And I'm going to look at the back side of my punch and line my floral flowers up. So you can see that it's not quite fitting in because I have this excess corner here. So I'm just going to snip that off. Don't need that anyway. You're just going to line that up from the back side. Make sure all of your petals are lining up. You can kind of close the punch halfway down to hold the paper in place while you manipulate it so it's not too loose. That looks about right. So I'm just going to punch that. I'm going to bring my card back in and just lay these flowers on top of my square here. And I'm going to erase those up with dimensionals. Again, I'm using the little dimensionals here, the mini ones. And I think I'm going to put them where there's not as much color going on. And then I could always put a greeting on here later. Not sure what I'm going to use this card for. It might be another sympathy card. I don't seem to have enough of those in my stash. And when you need them, you don't really want to have to sit and make them. So it's good to have them ready to go when you need them. Just like so. And there is that completed card. Quick and easy design. You can actually put designer series paper here and decorate this square as well if you choose to. That's what some of the people did on Wednesday. So yeah, that's my card for today. Hope you enjoyed that, and hopefully you learned something new. Please feel free to join us on Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to noon Pacific time. Have all the information on my Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Belinda's Rubber Room. And you can find a link to my shopping page as well. So you can click on the shop now and make any purchases that you'd like. We are celebrating Celebration right now. So with every $50 purchase, you can get free items. So make sure you take advantage of that. All right, until next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.